welcome back to BoxCast episode 7. So
flying through.
Yeah, we're going to do a review of the fight between Liam Smith and Chris Eubank Jr.
Yeah.
The fight number 2, their rematch. What are your thoughts? It's a completely different result to the first one.
Yeah. When they cancelled the fight first, because Liam Smith done his back in, I knew it was going to be.
Yeah.
I knew Eubank was going to win. I remember saying to one of the lads, he was saying, you know, you think it's going to be the same result? I said, no, I think Eubank was going to box his head off this time. And that was me worry with the rematch.
Yeah. I think he had a lot of issues with back. He's put on weight. He's had to cut. It's caused a lot of... He just didn't look like he was there.
He wasn't boxing. I mean, he looked flat after the first round. I remember going, to be honest, I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did.
Yeah.
I thought it was only going to last 3 or 4 rounds. I thought Eubank was going to take him out of there. He was just a punch bag, Liam Smith, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, it's every round to Eubank.
And...
the 4th and 8-10 because it was a knockdown, then every round, and then to the 10th, 10-8 again, knockdown, TKO.
And I don't want to take anything away from Chris Eubank, but Liam kind of made him look like an absolutely unstoppable force.
Yeah.
That's how bad Liam Smith's performance was.
Yeah.
But Liam, you know, he came out and openly said, look, the better man won. That weight killed him with his back injury. I know it has. Should there be a third fight?
Probably, but I'm not sure it benefits either of them. I think that was the result. Maybe not completely one-sided as it was, but I think that's what the result most people expected in the first one, isn't it?
Yeah, but I didn't. I thought
Well,
Liam
you
Smith
were different.
would beat him. Not in the way he did, but problem now is Liam Smith he's in no man's land now. Whereas, and no disrespect, Chris Eubank Jr. is a bigger name than Liam Smith.
Yeah.
Because it is Eubank Jr., because he is cocky and arrogant.
Well, I think a round 3 would make sense if they both go and do something, because Eubank's obviously got his fights now that he wanted out of the first match, but he would have got there.
Yeah, I mean,
so
but who
I'm not sure for titles, but I think for in terms of money, etc.
He wants Glenardi Levekin, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm not sure that's a good idea. As old as Golovkin Triple G is, yeah, that's not... If you want to end your career, maybe.
I don't know whether there's anyone else out there for him to have a go with, though. I think every time he stepped up to that elite level, he gets found wanting Chris Eubank Jr., doesn't he? And like I say, everyone's going to look at that performance and go, oh, he is a whirlwind. Look, Liam Smith didn't move. I'd have looked supreme against Liam Smith.
In that form, yeah.
Yeah, I would have done. You'd have thought I'd been fighting all my life. It was disappointing. I
think you've got to give respect. It was a good performance by Eubank Jr.
It was a good performance. But I think you can't
hype it up too much because the other guy never threw a punch. So Liam Smith never really did anything.
You can't. So maybe that's why we should see the third fight.
Yeah.
But you know, it's the the Conor Ben Eubank that everyone wants to see now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do I want to see him? Yeah, I do. I'm not going to lie, I do.
I'd rather have that than Liam Smith and Eubank. I think the interest in it... I think that, like I said, if they go round, do a few fights, and Liam Smith gets back to the proper Liam Smith, not that version, then there's probably...
Yeah.
Once they've had a few, depending on how they end up in results, there's probably a point to have a round 3, a rematch, to see who is, when they're both fully there. But I think at the moment, I don't think immediate rematch is the thing, and I don't think it makes any sense for either of them.
No.
I think it's Eubank should go on and do whatever he wants to do.
I mean, I think
the
if you
Ben
look
fight
at,
is the one that they want to see.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the Eubank Ben fight, it's massive money in it. It's huge money. It's a massive box off event. You know, we were 3 days from from having it at one point. Well, 24 hours, I think it was
Yeah,
from
like
having
24
it.
hours.
But like I say, it was the kind of a result that I expected. I wasn't surprised. So I was surprised how bad Liam was.
Yeah.
That did surprise me. But I just had a feeling the rematch was the wrong fight for Liam Smith. He should have gone on and got his world title shot.
Yeah.
That's what he should have done.
Which one are we? Middleweight and super middleweight? They are, aren't they?
I think it's light middleweight, actually.
Middleweight for this, which is probably why. Because we were discussing Liam Smith, and I've forgotten who we said there was fights there, weren't there?
We said if he won, we could fight Errol Spence.
Yeah, because he's coming up, isn't he?
Yeah. Light middleweight.
Yeah. And then there's a few others in that division as well, aren't there?
That's what I'd have rather him have gone and had a fight. He's most probably been paid quite well, but I just think he'd have got he should have had a massive fight to end his. He's only got a couple of fights left. Liam Smith as well. I'd have liked to have seen him.
Well, I think that's a big fight, but it would have been if it was more of a contest. Even if he'd have lost, then I think it doesn't matter so much. He could have gone. But I think it's now if it is the injury and the weight, and if he can get back, it would be nice to see him get one of those big fights.
Yeah,
I'm not sure that really takes away from him. I think he could still get there, but I think Eubank somewhere else, and then if he can do one or two fights, and then a rematch with them, both of them fighting would be quite interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want. I want to see him in another couple of big fights. I think he's still a good, talented boxer. But Eubank won. He did what he had to do. He said what he was going to do. He did it. You can't knock him for that.
No.
So he moves on. I think. Yeah, he's got the Conor Benn fight. I don't think he's going to get the Triple G fight. I think he prices himself out of it.
Can you see him beating Triple G? Yeah, if Triple G does what Liam Smith did in this fight, then maybe. But
the problem
you're not going to knock him out. You can't knock him out.
But the problem you've got is that father time in boxing catches up with you.
Yeah.
And you don't know when it's going to hit.
Yeah.
And what's Triple G, 40?
Triple G's, I'll carry on.
41.
Triple G's definitely at the end of his career, shall we say.
So it could be the perfect time to fight him. Because let's be honest, Chris Eubank, he's fast. He's got a good engine on him. 41. That's what I mean. That father time can hit you at any time. That between, what did he say, between like 36 and 40, 42. So.
Well, no, he's definitely slowed.
And he's been inactive, Triple G.
Well, the only thing I was going to check is, hasn't he given up his belt? Triple G? Or there was talk of him giving up his belt? Oh, they're making this some news of potential fight between them.
Eubank and Triple G.
Yeah, there's a DAZN. Carl Froch has been speaking on it. Let me just see what he says.
Oh, Carl Froch. I wouldn't believe a word he says.
Well, it's more for entertainment value because he usually...
Bloody Carl Froch. No, I mean, he could be right.
No, yeah, he's basically, it's an early night. I think Triple G beats him, to be honest.
Well, right, okay. Well, that's interesting.
Early night, and Golovkin will...
knock him out.
Yeah, quickly.
But, yeah, the only thing...
It's like this. If Triple G's in his prime, well, then that's probably the result.
Yeah,
I don't think it's much of a fight either way. I mean, he can, if he boxes like that, yeah. But Triple G's going to catch him and he's going to knock him out. That's life.
But you get to that point where you...
But he's not in his prime. He's about a fair few years over.
And you can't pull the trigger anymore.
Yeah.
It happened to De La Hoya against Pacquiao. We just couldn't pull the trigger. It can happen to Triple G. There might come a time where he just can't pull the trigger. And you start to look amateurish. And against someone like Eubank, he'll make you look like an amateur because he has got a great engine, Eubank. That's one thing. He's got good
And he
shot
can box.
selection. He can box. He is quick.
Because Triple G was still the king of that division, isn't he? Although he
But
had two
you know
belts, I
what?
think there's some others. Who was it's a middleweight, isn't it?
Does he deserve a shot at Triple G? You've got to say, yeah, I mean, yeah, go for it. Go and have a shot with him.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing the fight, so I'm going to say yes. Whether he does or not.
But I think the Eubank Ben fight is more appealing.
Yeah, I think first Eubank Ben is the one
Yeah.
because we wanted to see that before.
Let's get it done.
I think if he wins there, then maybe you go to Triple G and people like that. Then he would deserve it. Then I think.
Because I tell you what, the pre-fight conferences would be a little bit spicy, wouldn't he? Because Eubank would definitely start bringing up all the drugs, wouldn't he? Oh, he'd definitely do it. He'd drop them little...
I don't think he's going to let that go. yeah.
He'd be fishing. Conor Ben will be raging. Because Conor Ben's a hothead, isn't he? Let's be honest.
That's going to have
the
fantastic
press
build-up,
conferences
and the
would be
press conferences
superb.
fantastic.
It'd be mega. Absolutely mega. Do it. The press conferences alone would be worth buying tickets for.
Golovkin's giving him up Triple G, I think, because this Lara Elislandy Lara Jamal Charlo.
Yeah, because Charlo's fighting.
Galtieri, and then I'm going to have trouble saying this name. Alim Kanuli.
Have a look. See, how's he WBO champion? 13 fights.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing. He gave up the belts, didn't he?
Yeah, but 13 fights.
Because there's only, look at them, they've not had any defences apart from Charlo. So they've all new. They've all been committed.
Wow, okay. March
9th. July 1st. All right. Alim Kanuli's been there since August last year, but over a year, but he hasn't had a fight. He hasn't had a defence. That's the one with 13. So obviously, at that rate, he's not going to have much fights there.
Wow.
It's only Charlo, isn't it?
I mean, the fight was what it was. It was what I expected.
He might have the chance of getting some belts there, though. If
He has, yeah.
Well, the one that I'm saying, the WBA guy is the number 2 ranked. Golovkin's the number 1 ranked. Janibek Alim Kanuli is number 2. Carlos Adames. Liam Smith's number 4 ranked. That Lara is number 5.
Eubank in the ratings?
He's 9th.
9th? How can he be 9th when he's just beat Liam Smith?
Exactly.
Blows my mind.
I don't know who too many of these are. Felix Cash.
I know Felix Cash is a British lad.
I know who he is.
He's doing all right.
The Mehirim Nasultanov, I don't know, and Sergei Derevianchenko, if I've said that correctly.
Yeah.
The Nasultanov is 19-0, 11 KOs. Cash is the 16-0, 10 KOs. I think I've seen him.
Felix Cash is all right, you know.
Elijah Garcia is number 10. So the Janabek, I'll have to watch him. Alim Knuli. Carlos Adames, I've seen Liam Smith.
You know what? It's a good time to try and go and get a title.
It is. I think you could get a few there, isn't it? Well, there'd be interesting fights to get there. So maybe he's missed Triple G, get some of the others. All right, Triple G's a payday, but I can go for the belts and then have a Triple G match. Because Triple G, I think, is vacated two of those.
One thing Chris Eubank Jr. can never say is, I've been world champion, because he never has been world champion.
I think he goes after one of the others there.
Go and say...
I don't know which one's that's styling the fight, but go after one of the others.
You know, at least if you can say, I was a world champion. I mean, that does sound good, doesn't it? I was a world champion. Yeah. Rather than, I beat Triple G when he was 41.
When he's in his Zimmer frame.
But at least you could
say... And
you
might not beat him, so...
Yeah. But at least you could say, I was world champion.
I think it should go for world champion, have the Ben fight, and then probably go to Triple G.
No one can ever take the fact that he was a world champion.
Because he can do that in the next year, and Triple G's a year older, so you got more chance of beating him. Whether he,
and Triple G's going to want a final payday.
Yeah. And then it makes more sense because you're fighting a world champion. So for him, it's more of an upside than... both of them, it makes more sense. Bigger match.
Yeah, let's get the Conor Ben Eubank fight on the way. Wouldn't surprise me if Liam Smith got a title shot.
Yeah. Well, if he's ranked number 4. I knew he was high up the
Because I
ranking, isn't
think Liam Smith is no longer with Boxer now.
No.
So he could go back to Eddie.
If he fully
Hearn.
recovers, then
I mean,
you could see
because
him
that
winning one of
gash
those.
on his head, though, was pretty bad as well.
Yeah.
So that's a few weeks out.
It's going to take him a bit of time to recover. He needs to sort out if the weight was the issue, get the weight problem sorted.
Yeah.
But, back to full fitness. But then he's got a chance. It'd be good to see them have the rematch if both of them were world champions. That would be quite nice. That would be quite a tasty match.
But actually,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I think that's
I
a
do
plan
like
there.
that.
See there, if you watch them, this is a good idea.
Yeah, but going back to the fight itself, I got bored with the fight itself, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. After about
It's
round
just
5,
completely one-sided.
I was a bit bored.
I was just trying to work out, has Liam Smith got a plan here or not? Is this some sort of like con where he's just giving him rounds and then by round 5 or 6 you just got the point where when he got knocked down,
I
you
was
just got no, he hasn't.
oh man, this is boring. And
Yeah, round 4, isn't it? After that. And
any time the corner could have threw the towel in, I know they're not going to. Liam Smith will go out on the shield, plain and simple. But yeah, I got bored of the fight.
I think Eubank could have taken him out earlier. I think he just boxed though. He just went because I think even he was a bit wary of is he just trying to like lure me into something or other?
Wasn't the best. Excuse me. I was disappointed with Liam Smith, but you can't be too disappointed because I know he had to lose like, was it 2 stone in so many weeks or something? That's not good for you.
Nope.
Like I
And
say,
showed.
as soon as he had his back injury and he cancelled the first date, whenever it was, and rescheduled, I knew that was it then. I thought, no, he's Eubank will win this one.
There. But,
It is what it is. He's not moaning about it.
It'd be a good payday for both of them, isn't it? And I think
they've had a good payday.
He got a good result out of the first one, lifted his
It'd be interesting
level.
to see what the box office views were, because I don't think it was a pay-per. I mean, they had it on pay-per-view, but for me, it wasn't a pay-per-view fight.
No.
Really wasn't a pay-per-view fight.
Mm-hmm.
But that's... And I'm sure in the future we'll discuss promoters. But there's something about Boxer that I'm a little bit unsure about with their promotional tactics and things.
Well, we'll do that in another episode.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting one to discuss.
And see if some of the fights that should be made get made or not.
Yeah.
Then we can have a rant on that.
Yeah, but yeah, like I didn't enjoy the undercard of the fights either, to be honest.
I didn't watch them. There wasn't anything interesting.
No.
There was one of the... No, it wasn't in that one. It was another fight. The good undercard. This one was just, I watched the main fight.
Yeah, but like I say, because I don't like Chris Eubank Jr., I'll be honest. So when I see him winning and winning easily, it annoys me as well. But
well, I enjoyed up to about the 4th or 5th round.
Yeah, once I realised...
Has he got a game plan where they're just letting him wear himself out
yeah,
to do something? And then at 5th, I realised there isn't anything. Smith hasn't got anything in
the first round, I was watching Liam Smith's feet and I was just like, you ain't there, kid.
Yeah.
And then, like you say, by the 4th, I was like, oh no, this is good.
This is just a one-way thing.
And
because I thought at the beginning they've got some sneaky game plan here. They've got something out, so they're trying to dupe him into something, and then he's gonna,
but then
come up with something.
And
he didn't, and it just never happened.
And like you say, the fight could have been stopped any time between round 5 and it was his 10th. It got stopped. It could have been stopped any time.
It was all one-way traffic. He didn't really throw anything back. Didn't really try to throw anything back. It was just after that.
All he did was try to survive.
Yeah.
And fair play to him for that. I'd have cancelled the fight, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's gone ahead. That's what I would have said, isn't it? But maybe
I think, that's his Liverpool pride, though, isn't it?
To go.
Yeah. But yeah, I would have cancelled the fight if you felt that bad. But he said even in the dressing room, he just felt this isn't my night.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure he said that. I might be wrong. He just said when he was hitting the pads, he was just like, "There's nothing there."
It's unfortunate, but it is. But
it
he's
is,
got the
yeah,
victory
it's
in the first one. It's only 1-1,
Yeah.
so it's not too.
And he knocked you around in the 10th. You knocked him around in the 4th. So get the rematch on. Like you say, get a couple more fights under your belts. Let's have a nice rematch at Anfield. Let's do it. We need a fight at Anfield. Promoters out there, please.
Well, I think if both of them in that division, if there's belts to be had, if both of them, or at least one of them can get a belt, it'd be nice. Then it'd be a good, really, it had that extra interest rather than just going straight for it. I think if Eubank can have like Conor Benn and then pick one of these guys.
Yeah.
As much as I want to see him Triple G, it's more about seeing Triple G than him fight him. I'd like to watch Triple G fight anybody. I'm a fan. So, but he's not what he was. And I think he knows now if he's vacated belts or whether unless he's going to a different weight, I don't know. But I only seen the bit where he's gone. It looks like he has.
I think the thing is he's vacated
or he's just
belts.
retired.
He doesn't have to do his mandatories now, does he? Because let's be honest, he's 41. He doesn't want to have to fight these young up and comers. He wants his another Canelo type fight. I think he's got maybe 1-2 more max huge fights left.
So I think if you can pull off a world title thing and then maybe challenge him, then it's a big
maybe
payday.
Eubank Jr. is a fight for him that that appeals to Triple G though. Maybe that does appeal to him. Because he's a big name. Maybe that does appeal to Triple G.
You think Eubank Jr.'s got a chance? Everybody's got a chance, but like if Triple G's there, he doesn't do a Liam Smith in the second fight. If he turns up,
do you know what? I'll say this: it wouldn't shock me if Eubank completely outboxed him.
That wouldn't shock me, but I think he gets caught.
It really, really wouldn't shock me. I don't think he does.
See, the way I think it goes, I think he would outbox him. I think he would do him, but I think Triple G could. I don't think he's worried about his power. I don't think he could walk him down and then will catch him at some point.
I don't know what's left.
It's whether he can outbox him for 12 rounds. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen Triple G recently, so
I don't know what's left in Triple G. That's my issue.
I'm assuming there's some still in the tank, and if there's some still in the tank, I can't see him.
He did take Canelo 12 rounds, didn't he?
3 times.
Chris Eubank Jr. ain't no Canelo.
Nope. And if we do the Canelo, well, this is probably we should do another time, but I think he won the first fight against Canelo. I think the second one was a draw. I think the third one, Canelo won. And, Canelo's an exceptional fighter.
Yeah. I'm going to have a little think on that one and see, and we'll come back to that, because I have to have a little think.
Well, if it comes round, we'll have it. We'll do our episode, and we can do that, isn't it? I'm just throwing it out there.
What do you guys think? Who would win? Triple G or Eubank Jr.? I'd say 90% of people say Triple G.
If can he outbox him? Yes, I think Eubank can. But I think in winning, if there's any power left in those hands, and to be honest, I wouldn't take the fight if I was Triple G unless there's something left. If there's something in the tank, he ain't going to get knocked out by Eubank. I'd be that would be a huge moment.
I don't think Eubanks is a bigger puncher as he thinks he is.
Yeah, and then it's a boxing contest, and then do I think Eubank's defense is enough where he can avoid Triple G for that long? No. That's the outcome.
Okay.
So that's just my logical reasoning.
That's your logical reasoning.
That he's going to get caught. And if he gets caught, he gets knocked out.
It's because of Chris Eubank Jr. And I said at the start, Liam Smith made him look like a superstar. And that's what I'm going off. Because I think his last performance, he looked like a superstar, but I got to remember.
See, I would have liked to see Triple G versus Liam Smith.
Yeah.
But before this fight, now that he's gone out of him.
That would have been a good little chess match, to be fair. Yeah.
I think that would have been interesting because it's a bit more to and fro. He's got power, he's got a chin as well and stuff. Interesting. I think the Eubank won't be, because Eubank can box. If he outboxes him for 12 rounds, if Triple G's slowing down and or what that, I can see him beat him that way. But I just think he catches up with him, and that's, you can box and dance around him all you want. If he catches you, he's going to catch you, and then it's over. Yeah, it's a good night.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
interesting
obviously
one.
based on what Liam Smith did to him in the first fight.
Yeah, he hasn't got the granite jaw he makes out he has.
Yeah. If you get caught, you get caught. And, we all know how hard Triple G hits. The only one who's avoided that is Canelo. So,
True.
and Canelo's got a good chin.
I think Canelo's chin is made of granite.
Yeah, you can say that.
Implanted granite in his jaw.
I think both of them are. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting. But let's... Conor Benn, I think, next.
Yeah, definitely. Conor Benn.
Cool. Okay.
Thank you
call
very
it there?
much.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back next time. Like, subscribe, comments, please. Give us your feedback on what you think would happen. And then, if any, what you'd like to watch. Thank you very much. Adios, amigos. Till the next time.
Closed doors, I'm a fool for your life.